everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome of course back to the desk corner. We're already at the desk view right now, but you get the idea. Today, as you can see, I have my paintbrushes out, and I have my watercolor set, and I have a palette, which only means that I could be watercolor painting. Now, I don't classify myself as a painter in any way, shape, or form. This is a disaster, by the way, so let's just not look at that. But I don't classify myself as a painter. I've played around with paints before and I know the basics, especially with watercolor, but I'm definitely not a painter. I just like to paint for fun sometimes. So that's what we're going to do today, is paint for fun and hope that we don't mess things up. So this is the Cotman Watercolor Set. I've had this one for years. It's the only one I've had. It's really a disaster when you look at it, and that's why we have a separate palette for mixing. I've been really into like woodland stuff lately, so we're going to paint this red squirrel today. And I don't have red squirrels where I live, but we do have like the normal gray looking squirrels. And there's one in particular that likes to eat all of the plants and harass us on the patio. So I got inspired to do a painting of a squirrel, but I thought that the red ones were more colorful and it would be more fun to do a red one. So that's what we're doing today. The color mixing portion takes me forever, so I think I'm going to start color mixing, work on the background first, and then just see where it takes me from there. Guys, I was trying to build a burnt umber and I forgot about how difficult it is to get these colors lifted and activated out of the pans and into the palette, so we might be here for a while mixing colors for the background. Okay, you guys, after a lot of elbow grease, I managed to mix 4 colors. This one already came with the set. Actually, these two already came with the set. So I have a lighter green, I have a brighter green, and then I have a foresty green and an umber that I mixed myself, and I don't really know how well that one turned out, but that's okay. Here's what we got so far, guys. So I love how these colors look so far. I wish my burnt umber was a bit more umbery and dark, but that's okay. I kind of made the most of it. We're gonna move on and fill out the rest of the background, just have fun with it, and that's really the purpose of this. I want the background not to be too defined so that the squirrel stands out more and is in the focus, but I am doing a bit more definition as we get closer to the squirrel to help emphasize that this is the subject of the drawing. Okay guys, I think that's good for the background. I wanted this area to be really light compared to this area because that's how it is in the photo. And I just need to let it dry before I go in and do the squirrel. This area over here is pretty much dry, so I think I need to do the tree branches first, obviously. So we're going to figure out what colors I need to mix for the tree branches. we're waiting for things to dry. I can't work on this other branch right now, and I wanted to fix something over here, but I can't do that right now either. So what I want to do, because I'm very impatient, is work on the squirrel's eye, but I can't really seem to get the shape right. Now this part, you do not want to have a lot of water on your brush. If you're working on a really small detail like that, you do not want to have a lot of water at all. So I'm gonna have to be really, really, really careful here. You don't want to load up your brush with a bunch of paint either. Okay, so what I've done to practice for this branch here is I've mixed up some green. So we have, let me see if you guys can see this. That's kind of the color of the background, so I don't really want to use that one too much. But I did mix this more olivey green tone, and then I do also have my umber color still. So I think I finished the branches and the tree and everything, and now that I'm looking at it, the squirrel, I don't know. I don't really know how this is going to turn out once I paint the squirrel. I think that the background turned out alright, and I do like how the branches look so far. I just don't know if the squirrel's going to stand out the way I wanted it to, so we're going to see. I think that the background is blurry enough that the squirrel will stand out, but I'm going to actually take a break and wait for this to totally dry before I do the squirrel, so I don't have to worry about smudging anything or bleeding into the background. Okay guys, so this is all dry now and I'm back from lunch, so I am swatching out some colors for the squirrel itself. But before I do, as I'm mixing colors, since it's going to take me forever to get this paint activated and off of the pans, which I don't know if this happens with all watercolor or just this Cotman set in particular, but it is impossible to get the paint off. It takes forever. So anyways, the background turned out, actually I really like how the background turned out. It did turn out like washy and not very focused, and there's not too much detail. It's not too vibrant, which is fine. I want the squirrel to be the most vibrant part, but if I see that I need to add anything to the background afterwards, I will. We're just gonna see how the squirrel turns out first. What I really like about this is how the tree branches and trunk turned out, because I wanted them to be differentiated from each other, which is why this one has a lot more green in it and a couple of different tones. This one in front, so that it wouldn't blend into the background here or blend into the trunk. And then over here, I'm not sure how I like this one, but it helps to add something to the left side to balance it out a little bit. All that mixing, and this is all I have. Like, I don't know if I just do it wrong or if the brush I'm using is too absorbent, but it takes me forever to get any color into the palette. So I think we're gonna start on the squirrel's tail, perhaps. Okay, so here's what we have so far. I don't really know if I like this squirrel with a mohawk type thing, but while that is drying, I'm going to start to work on the squirrel's body, which shouldn't be as tricky as the tail. I think I fixed the mohawk a little bit. It looks more like the tail now, kind of. But I still need to work on the face a bit, and I kind of messed up the ear because I made it too small. I kind of painted over it. But I think I can probably, not like fix it, but play around with it a bit and see if I can make it look better. And then also, this is the part where the squirrel's like arm connects. His like midsection is here, and I kind of forgot to mark that in as well. So I guess I'm not very good at squirrel anatomy. And I'm running out of my colors. It took me forever just to mix those small quantities, and now I'm running out again. So I have to mix up some more. I don't know how well you guys can see, but the red looks really nice in front of those green tones and brown tones, so I don't want to overdo the splatters or anything. I feel like there's a lack of definition here around the ear, and that's because I kind of messed up and colored over the ear, or painted over the ear at one point. Now, I've seen people do cool effects with salt and other things, but I'm not going to try anything funny today. The only thing I'm going to do now is, I think I'm actually going to sharpen up the eye. I usually wouldn't do this, but I'm going to go in with my fine liner and fix the eye a bit because I couldn't get the exact shape I wanted with the black paint, and I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to grab my fine liner and cheat. Here is my woodland squirrel piece. It's a little bit messy, but it was really fun to make. I'm not sure how I feel about the mohawk on the squirrel here. I think one thing I could do is maybe add a little bit, hold on, adding a little bit more this ochre color to the branch here. The branches turned out alright too. I wasn't really excited about doing those. I'm not great at branches, but it turned out pretty good. So there you guys have it. I have done a piece in watercolor, very woodland style. It wasn't too high stress or anything like that, but I do like the background effect of it being really blurred out and not much going on in the background, and then having the shadows and then more like lighter areas on this side is kind of cool. I hope you guys had fun with me today. My next video is going to be a colored pencil piece, so that is going to be probably a bit more like a tutorial or something like that. So today was just a bit of a fun day to paint, relax a little bit. As always, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you'd like to see more watercolor paintings in the future, let me know. Comment below and let me know what you thought of the painting or of the video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!